Okay. So now we're up to halacha number 6. The compensatory prayer that one is praying must be recited in identical form to the obligatory prayer that is being recited in that time. For example, so that's this sif is a big, very long sif, because it's not, we asked this question last time and I said, please have patience, right? Okay. So basically what he's talking about, that this second Shemoneh Esrei must be exactly the same as the Shemoneh Esrei before. So it cannot be different Shemoneh Esrei. So it would be problem if somebody missed Mincha on Shabbos and now in Mariv. So after Shabbos there is Mariv. So he cannot pray this Shabbos Mincha prayer because it's not true. He said it's Shabbos day. It's not Shabbos. That's it. It's over. It's a weekday, right? So what do we do? For example, if one did not recite Mincha on Eve Shabbos, that's a classic example, right? He recites at Mariv prayer two Shemoneh Esrei of Shabbos.
Rabbi, so if it were, let's say, Ma'ariv of Yom Tov, and I forgot Mincha, I would say a Mincha, let's say a Mincha Shemoneh Esrei for Yom Tov?
No, on Yom Tov, the prayer is the same.
On Yom
Yom Tov Mariv, and it's now in our school it's 660.
Okay, we'll go like Rosh Hashanah, right? Let's say I daven Rosh Hashanah. I daven the Ma'ariv. I missed the Mincha, okay, from the day before.
I don't know. That's too much. It's if you notice, it's very long Shemoneh. So let's leave this example. I mean, it's too much. I mean, it will take you 25 minutes to finish. I don't know. Not you personally, but it would take me at least that time to finish.
Understood.
Because all of the we do is okay. I don't know. All right. All right. So continue. So let's we're taking like very I think very good live example, right? If one did not recite Mincha on Eve of Shabbos, so Eve of Shabbos, I mean on Friday night. So Friday night he came late, he was running, he got stuck in the traffic, whatever happened. So he missed the Mincha, weekday Mincha, right? That's what the scenario. That's I think very common. In Shabbos, he recited the Mariv prayer two Shemoneh Esrei for Shabbos. So forget about the weekday, he missed it. Two Shemoneh Esrei for Shabbos. But even though the second Shemoneh Esrei served to compensate weekday prayer, nevertheless, since it is now Shabbos, he must recite Shemoneh Esrei of Shabbos, which is appropriate prayer at that time. So weekday prayer is not appropriate for that time, but Shabbos is appropriate. Question? Or?
Yes. So we're talking about he didn't even pray the Shabbos Shemoneh Esrei yet.
No, he did. He missed Mincha.
Yeah, he missed Mincha. I agree with you, but he missed Mincha. It's already Shabbos after 72 minutes after Shkia, right?
No, forget about Shkia. Forget about this. The congregation starts praying this Shabbos Mariv. That's it. Congregation, forget about this. You must pray this congregation.
Okay, got it. So he prayed Ma'ariv, what's it called? But let's say he didn't pray Ma'ariv yet, okay? In that case, and it's already Shabbos. He prayed Mincha Shemoneh Esrei. Let's say he were to pray the Mincha Shemoneh Esrei, okay? He says the Shabbos Shemoneh Esrei for
No. If it's still time to pray, like it's still that time of the day, it's before the nightfall, he can still pray the weekday Shemoneh Esrei. There's no problem.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Okay, so we're talking. Okay, he missed, or the congregation. Let's say on the summer, there is a custom in the summer to accept Shabbos earlier, like 7 p.m., 7:30, whatever time is it. So you cannot start praying different. You have to understand. When they say pray with the minyan, it means that you pray exactly the same thing as the minyan does. So you cannot. They pray Mariv and you pray this Mincha. It's not praying this congregation. So I mean that's not a smart person. Okay. So commentary on a weekday, a Shemoneh Esrei is 19 blessings, right? 3 introductory blessing, 13 supplicatory blessing, and 3 concluding blessings is recited. While Shemoneh Esrei of Shabbos and Yom Tov contain only 7 blessings, 3 introductory, 3 concluding, and 1 intermediate blessing related to theme of Shabbos or Yom Tov. Generally, one who recites the weekly Shemoneh Esrei on Shabbos or Yom Tov, or Shabbos or Yom Tov, Shemoneh Esrei on weekday, has not fulfilled the obligation. So I'm going to read this last line and we are going to explain. Generally, one who recites the weekday Shemoneh Esrei on Shabbos or Yom Tov on Shabbos or Yom Tov Shemoneh Esrei on weekday has not fulfilled his obligation. Okay. So first we said that. So now we said it before. I want to repeat. So this is the structure of Shemoneh Esrei. This is Shemoneh Esrei divided in 3 blocks. The first blocks is three first blessings. It's introductory blessing. Then middle block, it's a 13 blessing for a weekday, and the last block, like a conclusion, is also three blessings. So in weekday Shemoneh Esrei we have 19 blessings, and in Shabbos or Yom Tov you have only 7, right? So 3 stays the same in the beginning, 3 stays the same at the end, and the middle one it changes. All right. So what they're saying that if on Shabbos he prayed weekday Shemoneh Esrei, not good. It's not counted that he prayed. If on Shabbos he prayed Yom Tov Shemoneh Esrei, also not good. So sometimes the Yom Tov follows Shabbos, right? So on Sunday, the holiday of Sunday, very possible. So you have to pray the compensatory blessing according to what you're praying now. So that's I think it should be for us straightforward. Okay. Continue. And if he did, in fact, recite weekday Shemoneh Esrei for the compensatory Shemoneh Esrei, he must go back and recite Shabbos Shemoneh Esrei. So he's very clear. So commentary. According to Mishnah Brura, in this case, one is not required to repeat Shemoneh Esrei. Okay. So basically, okay. So let's anyway. There are two opinions, but let's try to understand. So Kitzur says, if he recites Shemoneh Esrei, he must go back and recite correct one. So if it's Shabbos, right? So and he missed the Mincha, weekday Mincha. If he said Shabbos for Mariv, right? Shabbos Shemoneh Esrei for Mariv, and he by mistake, forever, he did not know. He said the Shemoneh Esrei for a weekday, for a regular Shemoneh Esrei. So according to Kitzur, he must repeat, right? According to Mishnah Brura, gives a lenient psak. He said, do not repeat. So maybe, I don't know why he said, but we can check there. Okay, so continue. Yes.
So let's say, I don't know, because we're having a give due and rain for a blessing coming up, right? After Shabbos, I'm pretty sure.
Say it again. Say it again.
On December 4th, December 5th.
Yeah, December 4th, yeah.
Exactly. So if I missed Mincha, okay, and I prayed Ma'ariv on that day when we started saying, I prayed Ma'ariv, said, and give due and rain for a blessing, right? So as a compensation for the Mincha, in the Mincha I say, and give due and rain for a blessing?
In the Mincha, no, you don't. You start with Ma'ariv, right?
I agree with you. I started with the Ma'ariv, but it's already that day. Like over here for Shabbos, we say I have to daven.
So in the second compensatory prayer, you also say that's it. They must be the same. That's what they're saying. It must be the same. I think that's what we said when we learned the subject. That's what I think. Okay. So continue. So next scenario. Similarly, on the eve of Rosh Chodesh, right? So, if one did not recite the Mincha on the day before Rosh Chodesh, he recites Mariv Shemoneh Esrei twice, and he recites Yala v'Yovo on both of the obligatory Shemoneh Esrei and compensatory Shemoneh Esrei. So let's see the commentary, and we're going to explain. On Rosh Chodesh, Yala v'Yovo, supplication is inserted in a blessing of Recite, right, at the temple service. If one forgot to recite the Shacharis or Mincha, Shemoneh Esrei, he must repeat it. If, however, it was not recited in Mariv prayer, Shemoneh Esrei need not to be repeated. So let's explain this concept because it's very important to know. So the guy did not say Yalla v'Yovo. Okay, no, from the beginning. So if today Shemoneh Esrei, tonight is Rosh Chodesh. So he did not pray Mincha, right? So he's going to pray this double Shemoneh Esrei on Shabbos, on Rosh Chodesh, right? Because at night starts Rosh Chodesh. So he prays double Shemoneh Esrei, exactly the same with Yalla v'Yovo, which is insert on Rosh Chodesh. Okay. But if he did not insert Rosh Chodesh, he has to go back and pray again. That's the halacha. But we're talking about only Mincha and Shacharis. There is exception. There is a leniency. If he did not say the Yalla v'Yovo, this insertion for Rosh Chodesh on Mariv, so we not require him to go back. That's an exception, if I remember correctly. The reason why, because court never declared Rosh Chodesh after the nightfall, basically. So, I mean, maybe we knew there is a Rosh Chodesh, but it was never stipulated by the court. Only in the morning, during the daytime. That's why on Rosh Chodesh we don't force him to go back. Okay. So that's the scenario with Rosh Chodesh. Okay, continue. And if one did not recite the Mariv on the night of Rosh Chodesh, in which case he recited the Shachar Shemoneh Esrei twice. If he forgot Yalla v'Yovo, even in the second one, he must go back and recite Shemoneh Esrei. So, I mean, as we said in commentary, so as we said before, so now he prayed Shachar. Now we're talking about Shachar. So he prayed the Shemoneh Esrei 1 for Shachar. He did it perfectly. Somebody reminded him, so he did Shemoneh Esrei. Now, when he gets to the second Shemoneh Esrei, the compensator, he forgot to say Yalla v'Yovo, this insertion for Rosh Chodesh, so he must go back and recite second time. Even though in Mariv, if he would miss on Mariv, during the Mariv, he would not need to do anything. But since it is Shacharis, he must do the compensatory prayer. Continue. Okay, continue. For although the second one is make up for nighttime Mariv Shemoneh Esrei, and if one would forget Yalla v'Yovo at that time, there is a Mariv prayer on Rosh Chodesh, he would not need to repeat Shemoneh Esrei, as we said before. Right? So Mariv is a separate thing. So if he missed Shemoneh Esrei, if he missed this Yalla v'Yovo, he does not need to repeat Shemoneh Esrei. But since it is Shacharis, so he must. Nevertheless, now it is daytime, and therefore he is a subject of the laws governing one who forgot Yalla v'Yovo in the daytime. So that's the halach. I don't know why. Okay. In the daytime, commentary 26, Mishnah Brura 108:26. However, disagrees, maintaining that since one who forgot Yalla v'Yovo in Mariv prayer does not repeat the Shemoneh Esrei, the compensatory Shemoneh Esrei cannot be more stringent than the original obligation. And he is not required to repeat if he forgot Yalla v'Yovo. Okay, so I love Mishnah Brura. It's not like I don't like the Kitzur, but so Mishnah Brura says, okay, so Shulchan Aruch is very strict, right? This Kitzur Shulchan Aruch very strict. He said, if you pray double Shemoneh Esrei on Shacharis, and in original one, you say Yalla v'Yovo on the first Chodesh. Second one, compensatory for Mariv, previous Mariv, you did not. So you have to go back and then recite Shemoneh Esrei again with Yalla v'Yovo, which is, for me, makes perfect sense. Right? But on another hand, we said, if he is praying Mariv, regular Mariv, Mariv for on Rosh Chodesh, and he missed Yalla v'Yovo, we don't require him to go back because of, okay, go ahead. Well, let me finish. Let me finish. Okay, so now the Mishnah Brura comes with different explanation, right? He said, no, how this compensation cannot be more strict than the original one, which makes sense, right? The original one, if he forgot to say Yalla v'Yovo, he does not have to go back. So why here we require him to go back, right? So Mishnah Berurah said, if he missed Yala v'Yovei in social for a Shchodesh in a second Shemoneh Esrei, don't go back. Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
So according to the Kitzur, what's the halacha going to be? Let's say you don't know the halacha. Then one is supposed to dive in the Shemoneh Esrei of this Siman versus the Shemoneh Esrei of the compensation, okay? And so it's Shachris, right? And he didn't say, and he did not say Yala v'Yovei, okay? So is it a problem or no?
Of course it's a problem. He has to go back. Yeah, that's a big problem. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he has to go back. So it doesn't matter that it's because he didn't pray Shachris and now it's Shachris and so on and so forth. And that's why for the second one.
I didn't get the question.
Okay. So there are two situations, okay? There are two possibilities. The first possibility is why the Kitzur says this way, right? Is because Shachris, okay? He davened the Shachris Shemoneh Esrei. So now we agree it's Shachris, Rosh Chodesh Shachris. So you have to say Yala v'Yovei from now on or repeat, okay? And so then it makes sense, okay, compensation, you have to say Yala v'Yovei because we go by that day, right? That Zman. So, but the other situation...
Okay, one second. So we're all on the same page. I want to just repeat what David said. It's actually halacha. So when you missed this Marif Shemoneh Esrei, right? So during the Shachris, you say two exact Shemoneh Esrei. Exact Shemoneh Esrei. As always, it's halacha. One for Shachris, one for Marif, and you must say Yala v'Yovei in both of them. Okay, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe it's like where he said by mistake the Ma'ariv one first, right? Then he said the Shachris one.
That's the problem. We learned last time. In his mind, if he switched them around, he has to pray again. So he has to say 3 times.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like when in his mind, it's Shachris. So as we said, it's exactly the same wording. Nothing changed, right? But in his mind, he has kavanah that this is this Shemoneh Esrei is for Marif, the first one, so it's not counted. You understand? That's a big problem. That's a big problem. Okay, so 26. Continue. Similarly, if one did not recite Mincha on Shabbos, he also recited the time of Marif prayer. Motzi Shabbos 2 weekday Shemoneh Esrei. So that's it. Forget about Shabbos. So now he recited 2 Shemoneh Esrei on Shabbos. However, okay. But there is the difference, right? Of course, I thought about it. However, there is a difference between the two prayers with regard to recital Ata Hanantam. You have grace us as follows. Okay, so on Shabbos, as we said before, the fourth blessing of the Shemoneh Esrei is about knowledge, right? We thank HaShem for give us knowledge, right? Brain, right? Basically.
Right. You said on Shabbos?
No. On weekday, it's after Shabbos. Yeah. Maybe if I said on Shabbos, I apologize. So on Marif, after Shabbos, we have this in the fourth blessing. You have this what we call Havdalah, called Ata Hanantam, right? Which is translation. You have graced us. Okay, right? So basically, what Kitzur is going to say, the way I understand, that you have to recite it only once. So once you recited this Havdalah in your what is it? Marif Shemoneh Esrei. In the next Shemoneh Esrei, you don't say the Havdalah. Okay, coming to 27. The sage is enacted that at the conclusion of Shabbos, Havdalah, literally differentiation, is to be recited in Shemoneh Esrei Motzi Shabbos. Right? This is Ata Hanantanu prayer, as well as over the cup of wine. So there are two separate Havdalahs. It's not our topic, but since we're on it, I want to explain. So person has to do 2 Havdalahs. Man, I know I'm talking about that. One Havdalah is this wording in the Shemoneh Esrei. So, and in many cases, when we get to Havdalah, actually we covered Havdalah in Shabbos class. Okay, so first Havdalah he does in the Shemoneh Esrei, and you can rely on this Havdalah for many things. except eating and drinking. Right? For all other things, you can rely on this Havdalah Shemoneh Esrei. And then you have to say separate Havdalah with a candle, with a bisamim, with a wine or grape juice, whatever you do. Okay. So continue.
Rabbi, if one accidentally says the Havdalah in the fourth, right? In the fourth on Ma'ariv, okay? Let's say I don't know.
Why is it accidentally? Wait, that's proper place, no?
I'm saying as the compensation. Well, let's say he says, I don't know. Let's say I said it today for Ma'ariv. Let's say any day I said Ma'ariv, right? Yes. Is it going to end up being I have to repeat it or no?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you have to understand if you read the statements there, the statements are true. I mean, that they not belong to Wednesday, but technically they're true. Okay, so continue. So I'm going to read this sentence from the beginning. Here, however, there's a difference between the two prayers with regard to recited Atachanantan, meaning this Havdalah in force. It's in our prayer book. It's like a gray box. Who have gray sons as follows. In the first Shemoneh Esrei, one recites the blessed Atachanantan. So right now I'm praying Shemoneh Esrei for Ma'ariv, right? So I say Atachanantanu, meaning for Ma'ariv. Okay. While in the second one does not recite it. Okay. Even though, I mean, he already made Havdalah, so it's technically you can understand, like you can imagine how many Havdalahs do you need? You need only one. That's it, right? Even though he recited the second Shemoneh Esrei at the time of Atachanantanu obligation, but since, like, even though, like as we said before, a few times that you have to say exactly the same Shemoneh Esrei, but here these words of the Atachanantanu of Havdalah are totally irrelevant. You already made separation. That's it. It's separate. The reason for this is that because Atachanantanu is a form of Havdalah prayer. Havdalah, it means separation, and Havdalah is not recited twice in a prayer. Okay, that's clear exactly as we explained, 28. Once Havdalah has been recited in the first Shemoneh Esrei, and the differentiation between the Shabbos and the weekday has been declared, there is no reason to recite again in second Shemoneh Esrei. Okay, continue. Okay, the same applies conversely. So conversely means opposite, right? If one forgot to recite Ma'ariv on Motzei Shabbos, okay, on the following morning, he recites the Shachar Shemoneh Esrei twice and says Atachanantanu only in compensatory prayer. There is a second Shemoneh Esrei. Since this basic enactment requires Havdalah be recited in Shemoneh Esrei prayer. So let me read the commentary because maybe it's not final halacha, and then we explain. Since Havdalah must be recited in both, one second. Okay, let's see. Since Havdalah must be recited both in Shemoneh Esrei and over the wine, one must therefore recite Atachanantanu regardless of whether or not he has already recited Havdalah on wine. Mishnah Brura 108:33 cites opinions that if one missed Ma'ariv on the Motzei Shabbos, Atachanantanu is no longer recited at all, neither in Shachar Shemoneh Esrei nor compensatory Shemoneh Esrei in the latest in compensatory Shemoneh Esrei. In the latest Siman 294:2. However, Mishnah Brura follows the middle approach and rules that one did not recite Havdalah on wine, then he recites Atachanantanu in the compensatory Shemoneh Esrei. However, if he already recited Havdalah prayer over wine, he does not recite Atachanantanu in either Shemoneh Esrei. Okay, so let's try to understand. It's a lot of information, but try to understand. Okay. So what Kitzur is saying, it's very interesting. So his approach is, I would say, it's a little stricter, right? So he said, so all the time before that we said if or when we recite the compensatory Shemoneh Esrei, it must be the same as the current one. Here Kitzur said, no, it's not true. if he missed Mariv prayer, right? Mariv prayer on Motzi Shabbos, meaning Shabbos night, right? So when we should say this Ata Hanantanu, so he said when he prays Shacharis, so he says one prayer, regular Shacharis, right, on Sunday, right? Regular Shacharis on the weekday, and second Shemoneh Esrei, he says with Ata Hanantanu, meaning with this Havdalah. Go ahead.
What's the point of saying it again if I said during Havdalah, with the torch and so on and so forth?
Oh, okay. All right. So I didn't get. It's a good question. I didn't get to it yet. It's in a commentary. So I am explaining the opinion of the Kitzur, right? So and why Kitzur said that, because it was you need to make Havdalah in two places, as I'll say, and as I also explained it before. You have to say in a Shemoneh Esrei and over the wine. And even though, so according to Kitzur logic, so he did after these prayers he did at home over the wine. They say it's not enough, so you still have to do during the repetition of during the Shemoneh Esrei compensatory. Okay.
So what
does Mishnah Berurah says a little different? Yeah, go ahead.
What does the Kitzur say if I said Shemoneh Esrei but forgot Havdalah?
Okay, so all right, so the Ata Hanantan, right? So okay, yeah. So now David is asking the question. So let's try to understand the question. So I mean, it's very, very possible, and I'm sure that many people miss it, right? So you pray this Shemoneh Esrei on Motzi Shabbos, and you forgot this Ata Hanantan, right? So in the shul that I go, everybody's quiet. In another shul that I used to go, everybody say 5 people minimum say very out loud, so to make sure that and sometimes it's a service to the public when you say few words like Yalla v'yo. Oh no, I remember to say Yalla v'yo. Or he said Ata Hanantan, and these people always fast. They always fast. So for me it's a great service, for example. Right? But in a shul that I go now, it's everybody quiet, everybody polite, cordial, all those good things, right? So if you mix it, it's very possible. So basically, if you want to do any melacha, right? You, like for example, you in the shul, you want to take your book home. For example, there is no Eruv, you cannot carry it, right? There is no Eruv, or you want to drive home. Let's say somebody said that I want to give you a ride home, right? So for you, I mean, even though you pray the Shemoneh Esrei over the weekday, it's not 100% weekday until you make this Havdalah separation. So you say Baruch HaMavdil ben Kodesh Lechol without HaShem's name, right? So you say that the Baruch HaMavdil, the blessed is the one who separated holy from mundane, or what is it? Mundane? Holy from mundane. That's it. So this part is actually the last paragraph from with a blessing with Hashem's name, of course, is the last paragraph of Havdalah. So it's like pre-Havdalah compensation. So without this line, you cannot do any melacha. I mean, if you don't have any melacha, so if you have only you quote your I don't know whatever you have there, so you can go home. There is no problem. But for me, for example, I don't wear gloves. There is a thing: don't wear gloves if there's no Eruv, right? For men, women can, men cannot. Right, so I need to wait until the Shabbos is over. So in order to go home in gloves, so I have to say this line if I forgot. So it's very, very practical. Okay, so let's try to finish this part. So Mishnah Berurah says a little different. Okay, so Mishnah Berurah says exactly was David what I'm asking. So he said, look, if he did already one Havdalah over the cup of wines, he said, okay, leave this Ata Hanantan. Okay, meaning do on Shacharis compensation and prayer, do exactly as you did as you did Shacharis prayer. Okay, and then 1 second. And then Mishnah Berurah goes like a middle of the road approach, meaning what? That if person for whatever reason he did not say he did not say this Havdalah or of the cup of wine. He forgot, he fell asleep, he didn't feel good. And there are million and have reasons why he did not say. So in this case, he must say it. He must say it in a Shemoneh Esrei prayer in the morning as a compensatory prayer. Make sense?
Yeah. Question. So we say over here that if he forgot in the Mincha Ma'ariv, right, he must say it in the Motzei Shabbos Ma'ariv. He must say it Motzei Shabbos after saying Ma'ariv. He must compensate.
For Mincha, yes. But he said so. Okay. I just want to repeat what he said. So it's the situation. So everybody on the same page. So it's Shabbos is over. So he has to pray Ma'ariv, and he realized that he did not pray Mincha for whatever reason, right? So, I mean, for good reason. Let's say for good reason. So now he has to pray compensation for Shabbos Mincha on Ma'ariv, but Ma'ariv is a weekday. So we said he has to pray 2 weekday Shemoneh Esrei. Forget it. Shabbos is gone. That's it. He cannot say it's Shabbos day because it's not. It's not sure. So the question. Yeah.
Yes. So the question is like this. Let's say accidentally for the mincha, I'm compensating the mincha, and I say Havdalah in it. Okay? So I said Havdalah twice. I said Havdalah in the 4th bracha. Do I have to...
okay. Double. Okay, got it.
So I said Havdalah twice. End of story. I don't have to say it by the torch anymore. I said Havdalah twice. No?
No. Okay. So let me explain what David did ask. So we just said in Kitzur says very clearly. So you have to in Ma'ariv you have to pay two Shemoneh Esrei. One is the original Shemoneh Esrei for Ma'ariv. You pray with the Ata Hanantanu, with this Havdalah in the 4th blessing in a great box. And he said in the second Shemoneh Esrei we do not say Ata Hanantanu. The one for Mincha, right? Why? Because it's you did separation once. That's it. It's over, right? So if you did say, for example, you did say by mistake the Ata Handan, nothing happened. As we said, even if you say it on Wednesday, nothing happened. You don't have to repeat the whole Shemoneh Esrei. Got it? Clear?